Hi, welcome to Nature Magic. Nature Magic is streaming now on Amazon Music. As you will hear here from the interview, I'm recovering from flu. As autumn draws in, we are preparing to cut the 15-acre wildflower meadow here at Burren Nature Sanctuary. As people who follow this podcast know, the traditional wildflower meadow is historically organic. This means that although the farm has been certified with the Irish Organic Association for 27 years, even before that, the land has never had chemicals applied. This leads to a rare pocket of untouched biodiversity that hasn't been painted green by nitrogen application and rid of mini-beasts by pesticides and ivermectin worm doses, which is standard farming practice and has led to the biodiversity emergency announced by the government in 2019. The National Native Seed Bank was set up to hold on to the species that we have left, and Burren Nature Sanctuary is the seed collecting site for the Burren, one of the most biodiverse places in Ireland. Today I'm talking to Neil Campbell, who organised the seed collecting day this year for the Native Seed Bank. And I also have a quick word with Dr Colin Kelleher, who is taxonomist and keeper of the herbarium at the National Botanic Gardens in Glasnevin.
Hi Neil, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing here today with the group?
Hi, so I'm an ecologist with a company called MKO. I'm based in Galway City, and we're here today with yourself and Colin Kelleher from the Botanic Gardens, and we're down collecting seeds for the National Seed Bank. And I thought it'd be a great opportunity to get some like-minded individuals and professionals to come out and volunteer for a good cause and just give a little bit back for biodiversity on a national level. So delighted to be here, and thank you very much for having us all down.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And why is it important to have a national seed bank?
Just in order to kind of conserve the bit of biodiversity we have, as Colin was telling us there earlier, it'll be great for propagation experiments in a scientific way in the coming years. And if the ongoing climate crisis gets any worse, we can then look to maybe reintroduce species if they become extinct. Well, hopefully that won't be the case, but all towards general conservation. And then if things don't need reintroduction, propagation experiments for seeds and generally testing seed viability. So that's why it's good to get the seed bank up and running, because it is the first national seed bank that we have, and there are similar initiatives around the world like the Millennium Seed Bank and things like that are run in England and things like that. But it's great to be able to come and contribute to this. I know we were here last year and the year before getting this up and running, so it's great to be here again. It is good, and it's reassuring to be able to get some people in their free time to come down and contribute to this just out of the goodness of their own hearts. So it's brilliant. I'm delighted to be here.
It's brilliant. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the project that you did here before and anything that you're working on at the moment that's of any interest?
Yeah, so I think we met here 2 years ago, and then last year I was in NUI with Dr Karen Bacon doing a master's on plant identification apps. And so I came down here several times throughout the summer and in different places around the country, taking photos of native wildflowers and trees and on other native plants, taking photos of flowers and leaves and running them through several plant ID apps to evaluate how successful they are in identifying plants, and just so we could see where their place is in conservation and the botanical sciences going forward, to try incorporate new technologies into this field of study. And generally they were okay, and they'll likely be a very big part of supplementing botanical knowledge and learning in the next coming years. So they're very good amenity, a very good tool to have. At the moment I'm working away as a terrestrial ecologist with MKO, as I said, mainly doing bat work around the country, as bats are a protected species and a great environmental indicator. So I'm out and about most of the days and nights during the week, conducting surveys around the place for wind farms and different civil and leisure projects, and do my bit on the weekends like this just to try and get
wonderful
biodiversity. So that's what I'm working on at the minute.
That's great. We have bats here, and we're sitting at the side of the meadow here, and I can see the swallows. I'm not sure where they've gone now, but they were all up doing quite a high flight now. They're getting ready to go. So we've had 2 clutches of swallows in the barn there, and I've been watching them practice. They practiced in the barn first, and then they took the babies out, every evening they come down to the meadow to feed.
Yeah.
And we have bats as well from this end and also from the Turlock.
Yeah.
So because there's no pesticides and anything on the meadow, it obviously is a good food source.
Absolutely. Well, they're a great environmental indicator because you know yourself, the ecology of a place is built from the ground up, so the plants, and they'll feed insects and animals like that, and bats will come then and feed wherever the environment allows them to. So knowing that there's a good population of bats down around the Turlock and around is a great sign. So brilliant. Yeah, it shows just what a healthy habitat and environment you have here too.
Yeah, well, it's great to see the humans scattered around the meadow here today as well, and doing the great work before we cut the haylage, which will happen within the next couple of weeks. So thanks very much for coming and bringing everybody for the seed collecting, and we hope the best of luck to the native seed bank and the progression of it under Colin Kelleher and the National Botanic Gardens. And so a good start is half
absolutely. Hopefully we'll be able to go out ourselves now, if time allows, to go and harvest seed in our own time for this initiative. I know manpower and getting out and about is a big stress on the progress of the seed bank. So whenever there's someone who's able to, people who obviously have an interest and are capable of identifying plants, it'd be great to get everyone and anyone to contribute, and it's a very easy way to give back, like we said. But I'm looking forward to being able to do that in my professional life as well, and hopefully we'll get a few volunteers out today to continue to contribute going forward, not just in days out like this, but make it a regular contribution.
Yeah, absolutely. So anybody interested in the local area to do seed collecting, if we have another training day, please drop us an email, and then the people who are trained today can come next year throughout the summer when Colin and the guys are busy up in the Botanic Gardens and don't get the chance to come do seed collecting, because you can seed collect from, well, I don't know, even May, June, things flower at different times. So it's wonderful to see you all here today, and thanks for organising it.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Hi, Colin.
Hi, Mary.
Could you tell us a little bit about the National Seed Bank and what you're doing at the Burren Nature Sanctuary today?
Okay, so the National Seed Bank was set up as a charter out of the first National Biodiversity Conference in 2019. And the charter was called Seeds for Nature, and out of that, fittingly, we have a national seed bank coming out of it. So the National Seed Bank is basically to collect a representative of all the Irish flora, so across the island really. And so today what we're doing is basically we're coming down and doing a little workshop. So we're showing people how to collect seed, what sort of details to fill in, because we want to have some good information on the seed that is collected. And basically then we'll deposit the seed into the seed bank. We have to put in all the data, dry it down, and then put it in special Ziploc bags, or rather seal bags. They'd be aluminium foil bags, and then freeze it. And hopefully that's good for conservation for at least 10-20 years, and then we can test it and see if it's viable still.
That's wonderful. So there's a few new people learning how to collect the seeds properly today. And what species are you collecting?
Well, we're collecting all species. So we're today we're avoiding the threatened and sort of protected species. We'd need licenses to collect those. So we're just collecting whatever we can in this. This is a wonderful, you've got a really nice calcareous grassland here. And so there's multiple species that we can collect. I mean, from the most common ones out there now would be knapweed. Then we've got loads of yellow rattle. We've got various docks. We've got eyebrights, which are a little bit tricky at times to identify. And then we've got lots of umbelliferae as well. So we've got a lot of choice really here, which is a great option, to come to one place and get loads of choice.
Well, thank you very much. I'll let you get on with your seed collecting. So
Great.
Thanks for telling us all about it.
Thank you.
News from the Burren H Sanctuary is that we've just launched our beautifully designed new voucher that can be found on our website. A lovely gift that allows you to purchase anything we offer, from admission tickets to fairy pig walks to nature books from our online shop to a weekend away in our new Airbnb accommodation. Think of us next time you're looking for that perfect gift. Nature Magic is streaming now on Amazon Music.